World Famous Shows proudly presents.
There was a railroad. Cliffsfield and Ohio.
There was an elephant.
Mary! Mary! Mary!
And there was a man with red hair.
It was September and there's a town. And a circus.
Charlie Sparks, owner, operator, Sparks World Famous Shows. So, you want to run a circus. Always keep it about the money. Oh, you might have a dream of making a crowd leap to its feet, clamor with one voice, Sparks! 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 But be careful. You're the ringmaster. Dreams aren't for you. Dreams are for the rubbernecks. Dreams are for the suckers.
Irwin, a town that couldn't remember its own name.
True story. Supposed to be named Irvin after some rich fella.
Postmaster messed it up. Spelled E-R-W-I-N instead.
Nobody remembered to fix it.
Yep.
That's Irwin for you.
I lift things, heavy things, anything. This gets me on boat. This gets me to America. This gets me to circus.
Never been nowhere. I work a steam shovel down at Irwin Rail Yard. I dig holes all day. One hole after another.
Ballet girl. Ballet girl.
Ballet girl. Can't dance. Practically old enough to have a girl of my own. But ballet girl it is. Not a show girl, a ballet girl. Substitute ballet for show, and I'm not a scandal. I'm an artist. I'm not a temptress in tights. I'm a dancer. A ballet girl. That's me. From head to toe.
Mud. Yellow mud. Everywhere. Boardwalk helps some. Not enough. Always scraping it off your shoes. Enough to drive a person crazy, all that scraping. Buried 2 kids in the mud. Husband. Mud trying to swallow me up. Swallow this whole town up. God's punishing us for something. Take another flood to wash Irwin clean.
I had finished putting up the Irwin Evergreen Free Will Church in July. Turns out I might have been a bit optimistic on how many rows of pews I needed. A little quiet on Sundays. Love, forgiveness, joy, I'll keep on testifying, but there's nothing more lonely than being a New Testament preacher in an Old Testament town.
It's love. Feed her, wash her, sleep with her. Hell, end of the day, I even have a drink with her. Pour some whiskey in her bucket, mix it with some water, sticks her trunk in, drinks it right up. I'm lucky. They live a long time. If you play your cards right, you've got a friend for life.
Could use more friends, I guess. Play with my brother Eli, skip stones at trains, read Tarzan books. He's something. Read them right before bed. It gives me the best dreams.
Too old, the lot of you. Kids laugh easy peasy, but we Joeys give them more than just laughs. We give them perspective, a lesson to carry forever. Biggie, that there's someone always worse off than you. Except for us, nothing below a clown. They all pull rank, even the ballet girls. We're the last ones to use a makeup mirror, and we use the most makeup. Let me put it this way. How many ringmasters does it take to change a light bulb? None. They make the clown do it.
Irwin, rising taller every year. Best this country has to offer. Peaceful. Keep it that way. Folks around here are honest, law-abiding. Ain't the folks around here I worry about. It's the strangers. It's that dang train station.
All the traveling from town to town, all the hiring, firing, me. Firing happens all the time. Fella's lucky. He gets fired in one of the towns during a stop. Unlucky. He gets red light, tossed off the train while it's still moving. Sucker don't see nothing but the red lights of the caboose as it fades away. And hiring. Yeah, do a lot of that too. Circus needs plenty of muscle, and not just in the ring. Townies get out lying now and then, want to prove they're tougher than the strong men. Get fresh with a ballet girl. Sparks sees any funny business, they drop what it, she calls the hey Rube. I gotta teach every new hire. They hear the hey Rube, I gotta drop whatever they're doing and defend their own.
It was September, and there was a town, and a circus, and a railroad.
The railroad invented time in America. We came along and told this country, we have a schedule to keep. Time is not relative. Time is precise. Time is not gray. It is black and white. The circus, Irwin, they have our guarantee. You can depend on the railroad.
It was September, and there was a town.
There was a circus.
There was a railroad.
And there was an elephant.
Mary, we dreamed her before we saw her. She was plastered on every telephone pole.
Every fence post.
Every barn door.
September.
The circus was coming.
She was coming.
To our muddy town.
It was all there in black and white.
And color.
It said,
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Sparks' world famous shows, the show that never broke a promise.
Moral, entertaining, instructive.
25 years of honest dealing with the public.
A tremendous exhibition of wealth and splendor.
All new for 1916.
Starring Mary, the largest land animal on earth.
A death-defying feats of skill and daring.
Mary, over 5 tons.
2 packs of man-killing lions.
Mary, 3 inches taller than Jumbo.
5,000 seats.
Mary, guaranteed at every show.
Free street parade each day at noon.
Mary.
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 Mary. Mary. Mary.
An elephant is an investment. You open up the pocketbook, you throw it on the 8 grand, you don't think about it again. Simple. Sure, you have the strong man, the trapeze, the trained seals. Fine. But that's not the bread and butter. No rubberneck comes to the circus, doesn't have an elephant. Strike that. No rubberneck comes to a circus, doesn't have a big elephant.
They love a parade. All of them do the wild anyway. Walk around. Wild elephant herd follows the leader. The leader is the biggest female. I got no reason to mess with that here. So they all march behind Mary. Shadrach, Penny, Sue, little Mabel, one behind the other. Trunk wrapped around the tail in front of her. Let me tell you, the only thing better than watching the elephant parade is being in it. The only thing better than being in the elephant parade is leading it. It's a dream. Sitting on top of the world, little shorty, on top of my own personal mountain, on top of Mary, legs wrapped around her back, head in the clouds.
Impressive, no? No? So tell me, I do not cost as much. I'm not as temperamental. I do not relieve myself all over the stage. So tell me, please, have the courtesy to inform me. Why is that elephant the star of the show?
Once I'm decreed safe, nothing more than a wholesome ballet girl. Then I add the elephant. 5 tons of gray flesh bearing me half naked into the ring, wrapped up tightly in its trunk. Oh, I'm never more powerful, sensual, dangerous than when I'm with Mary. Keep your spangles, your makeup, your headdress. And diamonds? Diamonds are nothing. An elephant is a girl's best friend.
They're the hardest workers I've got. They load and unload the boxcars, push up the tent poles. Those tuskers can do anything.
Nobody looks down on the elephant, right? I mean, they don't have to put on makeup or play the dope to get applause. They're too mighty to ever be made humble, too strong to ever be broken, too big to ever be laid low. And Mary's the biggest we Joys have ever seen. So, we love her the most.
Listen, an elephant isn't cute. It isn't a friend. It isn't a symbol for something else. An elephant is an elephant, and an elephant is an investment.
It was September, and there was a town, and a circus, and a railroad, and an elephant, and last but not least, there's a man with red hair.
Blue knocks my boxcar, tells me I got a new guy to train. Goofy looking red-haired guy. I try and tell her it's crowded up in here with 5 elephants, but she insists, tells me Red's my new partner. Don't like partners, but I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I show Red to his corner. He gripes about the smell. I tell him get used to it. Counties think elephants smell bad in the ring. Try sleeping with one in a boxcar. Shuts up when he sees Mary. Looks like she's the answer to all his prayers. Now, I don't know what's wrong with the guy. If he's a nut, or soft in the head, or what. Any case, I'm not going to turn my back on him. I may not be big, but Red makes one wrong move, and he's getting the red light.
Click, clack, through the night. Irwin is waiting. We will not disappoint. You can depend on the railroad.
Dig, 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 dig. Train, whistle, elephant, circus.
Eli woke me up at 4 a.m. I cussed him out. I thought we was going to be late.
Peeped in at our folks, still sleeping.
We snuck out the window. We ran as fast as we could to the field where they do it. We were all there, all the kids in Irwin, there to watch them set up the big top, the greatest free show on earth.
Men and animals talking about it at every door. Everybody's marching around. Didn't even know what they were doing. Except this red-haired guy. He kept bumping into stuff, tripping on ropes. People yelled at him and his face turned as red as his hair.
Then, this elephant came out. I about peed myself. It made this big trumpet noise. We about peed ourselves.
The men unloaded the main tent pole and set it right between that thing's eyes. It walked on forward. Boom, boom, boom. Pushing the pole up in the air as it stung. Higher, higher, higher. It was like a dream.
That's about my favorite part of the circus. Watching them set up, that and the parade.
Was really looking forward to that parade.
9 a.m., ringmaster cleared the route with me. Told me to keep the horses away. Could spook the elephants. Yes, ma'am, whatever you want, ma'am. Main Street will hold its horses. Hell, not enough I gotta let the circus come to town and pick the pockets of all us. I gotta roll out the red carpet for them while they do it.
I told Red had a feeder, groomer. That's it. That's all he knew. Then Lou walks in and says,
Back off, Shorty. Let's give the new guy a chance. He wants to ride Mary.
I should have said no. I should have told Lou that she was mine.
She said nothing.
I didn't say nothing. May made a face. That was my big protest. A face.
The smirk she gave me.
It's trust. Trust you build up over years, not one day. Every peanut, every bath, every pat on the trunk. It's trust. Love. But Red didn't have time for any of that. Red had a parade to lead.
Shorty's on Shadrach, but she still has to make the call. They won't start walking for anyone but her.
Trumps up!
I opened the doors to the steps of the church, and they were thick with people, faces I've never seen before. I was fixing to thank Jesus for answering my prayers. They weren't trying to get in, though. That was just the best place to look out. Provided a little height. The whole town was lining the street, all there, man, woman, child, glow in their eyes, waiting to see a miracle. Well, if I can provide the glow on Sundays, at least there was something that could.
Right on Main Street. Our Main Street.
Had the day off from the shovel. Everybody had the day off. Circus day.
Eli and me were about peeing ourselves.
Elephants, clowns, tigers, all mucking down our Main Street through our yellow mud.
Made everyone look like something for once.
Could hear the brass band
And bass drum for miles.
Mud on all them circus folk. Hems of their dresses, tails of their coats.
Cars you never dreamed of.
So long.
stretched on forever.
Elephant had urban mud all over it.
Our yellow town gone all purple and silver and red.
That big elephant was in the whole thing. That goofy guy, red hair, he was up on her back.
Mary!
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 And then?
Well, then the dominoes start to fall in.
Elephant sees melon.
Elephant walks towards melon.
Elephant rider turns red.
Elephant rider encourages elephant to abandon melon.
Elephant ignores elephant rider.
Elephant rider is most insistent, to the tune of elephant hook across elephant head.
Elephant keeps walking towards the melon.
Elephant holds up parade.
Elephant rider turns red.
Elephant rider breaks elephant hook across elephant tusk.
Elephant thinks.
Elephant decides she's had enough of elephant rider.
Elephant picks elephant rider off elephant back with elephant trunk.
Elephant throws elephant rider into soda pop stand.
Elephant rider grunts in rubble.
Elephant rider thinks it's over.
Elephant rider is wrong.
Elephant strolls on over to elephant rider and puts elephant foot on elephant rider's head.
Elephant rider screams.
Elephant foot steps on down.
Elephant rider head explodes like a melon.
Elephant rider turns red.
Elephant walks away.
Elephant rider don't.
Elephant, free of elephant rider, strolls on over and helps herself to some melon.
Simple. Parade stops, man dies, elephant turns killer. All for a melon.
Did you see him die? He died!
Nothing. Thing didn't flinch. Couldn't do nothing but stand there holding my empty pop gun. Somebody screamed. Townsfolk ran off in a panic. And that thing just kept eating the melon, ripping apart its little snout while that poor man's crushed head sat next to it, all opened up and leaking. The ringmaster ran up to me and told me we'll settle this later. I told her, yes, we will. Then this young lady came and led that thing back to the fairgrounds while some carnies carted the leak and fell off in one of them animal cages. Clowns washed the streets down with buckets of water. Vanished. Quiet for a moment. Like nothing happened. Townsfolk came back. Most of them were crying. A few of them were laughing. At me.
Folks lined up 3 deep on the street, waiting for somebody to tell them what to do. I propped open the church doors, but no one came in.
There was a pool of blood and brains in front of the post office.
I heard a set crack open again. In my head. Sharp ones, then softer ones. Crack, 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 crack.
She
crack.
stepped on his skull and crushed it. Set another body into the mud.
No one comes in.
Stop looking at that blood.
Crack, crack, crack.
Town's cursed.
No one.
Heard that fellow was from Kingsport.
Eli thought he knew him.
It could have been any of us.
No one.
Carl said she killed 2 men in Virginia.
7 men.
18.
Right on Main Street.
It can't just do that, can it? Going around killing people?
Our Main Street.
Tarzan would have stopped her. Tarzan would have jumped on her back, stabbed her in the eyes, and gouged out her brains.
Right on Main Street.
Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. Maybe God will stop punishing us.
Our Main Street. No one
Eye for
comes
an
in.
eye. Eye for an eye. Maybe God will stop punishing us.
Right on Main Street. Our Main Street. Right on Main Street. Our Main Street. Right on Main Street. Our Main Street.
It could have ended there, but that wouldn't have been right. That wouldn't have been justice. Maybe my pistol didn't mean squat to that thing, but damn it, we'd find something that would. It wasn't walking away from this. Irwin don't look kindly upon murderers.
Crowd breaks up and follows the marshal into the saloon. I stand in the doorway. Hear talk. Lots of talk.
Talk about public menace. Talk about what you do with rabid dogs. Talk about what's right and what's wrong.
I stared at the steps. The empty steps. I went to the church and let the door swing shut behind me.
Tried to get in touch with Red's family. Friends, didn't have none.
Like he didn't exist except for us. Like he was born to do nothing. Cause us trouble. Poor kid.
He was weak. Did not understand. You are on top of her, but she is strong one. Not you.
Us Joey said a few words and buried him at the fairgrounds.
We still have a show to do that night. Must go on. Doors!
I told Charlie, maybe we should keep Mary out. Maybe the people forgive. But she told me what I already knew.
They won't forget. Aren't coming to see the circus. Coming to see the killer.
She was right. Would have been a riot if we kept her away.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Sparks World Famous Shows proudly presents.
On a normal night, we'd play up the danger, talk up the toothless tiger, but tonight was no normal night. The ballet girl brought Mary out like she was innocent of God's creatures.
Look at me, all of you. Here I am, all wrapped up, cuddled up in the very trunk that did the deed. And am I scared? Am I trembling? I am smiling.
But it didn't work. Those people weren't here to forgive. They stood up and pelted her with popcorn, and they made this sound.
Listen to that. It comes true. Your dream comes true. In a tiny town in Tennessee, crowd leaps to its feet, speaks with one voice, shakes the air, makes it tremble. It's not the sparks, sparks, sparks you dreamed of, but oh, they scream till their lungs ache, louder than any lion's roar. Young and old united in one glorious moment of certainty. Their scream, their chant, their heart's greatest wish, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
It got louder. The more people were waving guns around, everybody shouted.
No need to say nothing. Irwin don't give you no vote. Best keep your mouth shut.
This young lady came out. Then the clown started talking. Never knew clowns could talk.
No. Red was one of us, part of the circus. He knew the risk.
This young lady came out.
No. You saw him hit her with her tusk. What was she supposed to do? She stopped him. That's all she did. She stopped him.
The marshal and the new preacher spoke up.
These carnies can talk all they want. We know what we've seen. And the people of Irwin do.
No, we don't. I didn't cast no vote. No vote was counted. I'm a person, but I am not. I am not the people. I am not the...
We know what we've seen. And the people of Irwin, demands justice.
Then the strong man grabbed a barbell and started shouting at the ringmaster.
Sparks! Call the Heru. Call it Sparks.
But the ringmaster didn't do nothing.
Let loose the tigers, the lions. The rubber butt necks want to know who is stronger. Their puny necks, their straw hats. I'll crush them all. Sparks! Call the Heru.
Finally, the ringmaster raised her hand. And everything got quiet.
Now, $8,000 is a lot to lose. A lot to lose in the hick town in the middle of nowhere. But investments get tricky when the people want blood. Because it's not just Irwin, you see. Your advanced men wire back from your upcoming stops. Johnson City, Rogersville, Indian Ridge. Your circus isn't welcome until that elephant is taken care of. So, is she still worth the $8,000? Is she still worth anything at all? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the circus understands. The circus understands your wishes, and this merry matter will be settled to your liking tomorrow. And we are open to suggestions.
The marshal knew shooting it with a pistol wouldn't work. So they talked about getting a cannon, a Civil War cannon from the nearby museum. They talked about electrocuting it, like frying it, something I've seen in a moving picture Thomas Edison made. But that was copycat stuff. That wasn't dreaming big enough. But we have the answer. Oh, we always have the answer. The rail yard. There's a crane there that can lift 100 tons. Sissel on the side of it, right there in black and white. Now, something like that could do something special, something never been done before. Something like that could hang her like any other murderer. Crane will get the job done. Crane will do the trick. Crane's the railroad after all, and you can always depend on the railroad.
Hanging suits me fine, I guess. Still think the cannon would have been better.
Eye for an eye, and Irwin will finally be clean.
I'd have never believed it. Irwin is the place to be tomorrow. Ain't nobody else in the world is hanging an elephant tomorrow. So that's something we got. You want to see it? You come here for a change.
So now Lou and Sparks need my help. What am I gonna do? Walk away, leaving the figure out on their own? No, I stay. I stay because if I don't, they'll mess it up. It'll be even bigger of a spectacle. moving sparks are happy with this answer. Smile, open their mouths. I stop them. Tell them, don't think I've forgiven you. I will never forgive you. But I tell them, go ahead. What's your question? They ask how to lead her out the rail yard tomorrow. How to get her through all those people without all hell breaking loose. I tell them, Tuskers aren't stupid. They know when to set things up. You have to make her think it's a normal march. She can't go out there alone. Mary has to lead the parade like it's any other parade. Shadrach, Penny, Sue, little Mabel, all of them, walking trunk to tail like always. Then what? Then this. Someone chains Mary's foot to the track near the chain so she can't move. Then Lou, you hurry, get the elephants out, fast, before they smell the panic on her. Then someone climbs up Mary's back and puts a hanging chain around her neck. Someone she knows, someone she trusts. They look at me like I'm crazy. I tell them, relax. I tell them that I'll do it.
You don't sleep that night. You think. You wish you could charge admissions tomorrow, but this isn't your show. It's theirs. Morning finally came.
Couldn't help but feel it. There was a spark in the air.
Put on my brand new shoes. I wanted to look my best.
Mom told us not to go, but Eli and me, we was going.
Got to the railroad track, saw I wasn't the only one all guzzied up.
Went to bear witness, to see the glow.
Men in the only suits they owned, women in their Sunday best, prancing around with parasols like it was Easter.
Never been so proud.
All of Irwin seemed like all of Tennessee.
Quite a sight.
Everyone, people rising out of the mud, standing on top of boxcars, top of cranes, coal tipples,
Was sitting in the cab of my steam shovel. Best seat in the house.
picnic baskets, food, punch.
We were doing it up right.
Everyone was sharing with everybody else,
We kept to ourselves.
laughing, dancing.
Glow was brighter than the sun.
All the kids are play acting what was going to happen.
Eli and me were about peeing ourselves.
I saw some men drinking.
I saw Carl and them having a good old time behind a caboose.
I took the bottle out of their hands and smashed onto the railroad track. They looked at me like I was crazy, but I knew it was wrong. Wrong to sully act with liquor.
It was gonna be something.
Act had to be pure, clean.
I couldn't take it no more.
You could feel it. We were ready.
You wait for the signal from Johnny 10 played. You tell Shorty to go ahead.
Trumps up!
The killer was in front. Them elephants marched out, holding their tails by their trunks, like a parade or a line of boxcars.
Why the hell did they bring those other ones out?
They walked all through the rail yard, up to this crane, and then this young lady hooked the killer's foot to a train track.
Now, Luke, now!
I grabbed Shadrach.
The elephant started making this sound. Like I knew one to the left, the big one to the middle.
Get it out!
Real funny sound. Sounded kind of human.
Good heavens.
Like 20, 30 people going a full out at the same time.
Fine.
Eli and me plugged our ears.
Now!
I finally got the rest of them out.
Finally.
We took our fingers out.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Ready? Showtime, sweetie.
Young lady ran up her back.
We was figuring she was gonna pick her up with her trunk, like she did that red-haired guy.
But she didn't seem spooked at all. The young lady hooked the chain around the killer's neck, patted her back, and stood up.
The young lady ran off and she was alone.
Mud in between the folds of her skin.
She was scary.
Helpless.
Confused.
Guilty.
Like a killer.
Like a queen. And the marshal looked up at the engineer and...
Time. The railroad controls time. And I made it stand still. The masses waited below with held breath to see if the crane could actually do it. To see if the crane could actually kill their elephant dead for them. I smiled, a reassuring smile. You can depend on the railroad. I placed my hand on the hanging lever. I gripped that handle hard, tasting the silent seconds, rolling them around my mouth, knowing that this part, the before part, would be the best part of all. And then I threw the lever, and time started up again. The crane groaned, gears are grinding in.
Damn if that thing don't lift off the ground. An elephant, for Pete's sake.
It rose up steadily, till it was standing on its hind legs. Tiptoe, toenails scraping against the railroad track. Tiptoe, like it was doing a trick.
Well, then we started clapping again. And I flashed a big smile down at Carl and them, because they bet me there was no way in hell that thing would leave Mother Earth.
But then we started wondering why that thing wasn't going any higher up.
Gears sounded kind of stuck.
Then I got thinking. Maybe a 100-ton crane can lift 100-ton steel, but not a 5-ton elephant. Maybe its soul was too heavy. Maybe its soul was as heavy as the rest of her.
The crane could lift her. The crane could lift her fine.
It was a people problem, not a crane problem.
People don't always remember so good. Even a big crowd of people, even thousands of people.
Nobody tends to remember anything when they got an elephant hanging in front of them. And nobody did. Nobody remembered her foot was still chained to the railroad track. Her foot was still chained to the track.
So they were kind of ripping her in half a bit, pulling her leg at this weird angle, for like trying to hold down to the ground while the rest of her was heading up.
She broke her leg. Bone about the size of my body. Breaking. I felt it in my spine. Spine buckled. It raged in sympathy. Brain like a tuning fork.
Eli started crying.
Should have left then, I suppose.
Eli ran off.
But I stayed.
Baby,
Stayed to see an unhook her, lift her up again.
baby.
To see her trunk flailing about, jerking around every which way, stabbing the air like crazy, trying to grab hold of something.
Baby!
Looks like she was gone, or would have been soon.
No.
That is if the chain hadn't broke.
No.
But it broke.
No.
The chain around her neck broke.
The crane could lift her. The crane could lift her fine.
Mistake number 2. It was a chain problem, not a crane problem. Chain around her neck couldn't handle all that weight. Like a slink, right?
The chain popped, and she came crashing down to the railroad track with this sound, like an oak tree cracking in half.
She broke her hip. Fight kind of went out of her. Couldn't seem to move. Couldn't seem to get off her side.
That young lady who came before started screaming, like she was one who fell. And she yelled out to somebody and they handed her thicker lynch him. And I couldn't believe it, but she ran up her back again. Her face was all red and twisted up, but she ran up there, hooked her up again, and ran off.
No one caught this time. Didn't seem... In fact, some of the people started leaving. Some of the women leading the kids off anyway. Most stayed. I stayed. Stayed to see... Stuck it out this far, I figured. So...
So the crane lifted her up again. Higher.
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 Some air just kind of puffed out of her. Then that was it.
I let my breath out. I breathed it. Long searching for that sanctified air. Waiting to be made clean. But the air tasted no different. It was flat, stale, rank. They hung that thing for nothing. Still have mud on my shoes.
Made that crane keep swinging her for 20 minutes longer than they had to. Townies were waiting for her to let loose a bellow or rip herself free. Something that big couldn't die, could it? Something that full of life? She was long gone. History. Looks like I might need some diamonds after all.
Look at that thing swing. There are people in this here country that'll tell you that we've become a small nation. A nation of little people with little dreams staring at the ground instead of the stars. Well, look at what we done did here today in Irwin, and then tell me that this country is dying. We hung an elephant today. An elephant! We made the impossible possible. So pack up your grip and go if you don't love this country. If you can't see the glory that surrounds you. If you want to stay in the mud. Because this is America, damn it. And we can do anything we dream of. Anything at all.
You dingle her effortlessly, taunting me. I could never lift her like that. I could never. I tried once, just to see, but I couldn't do it. Not to any of them. Not even little Mabel. Not even the baby. But there she is. Our star. Swept off her feet by that thing.
mocks me. It mocks me. It mocks me.
I'd forgot about the rest of them. Everybody forgot. But once I set that poor beast back down on the ground, her sisters came lumbering back in, passing through thousands of people like we was invisible. Quiet, reverential. They caressed that Mary with their trunks, their prayers. They were silent, but they felt like the air, like it was moving, like it was trembling. They paid their last respects. That lady, that young lady, went up to the biggest mourner, patted her on the back, whispered something in one of those huge ears, and let her off. I headed up the back. Better be getting home. Collect my notes. Had a feeling it was going to be a crowded Sunday.
I'm redlight myself. Settle down. Work in a zoo somewhere. It don't matter. I'll grow old and I'll die, and that'll be it. It's your show now, Shadrach. My spark is out.
Mom gave Eli and me a good switching that night. Wasn't the worst part, though. Worst part was the dreams.
Johnson City was in 2 days. We'd be ready.
Elephants got those brains like traps. Don't forget nothing.
All those peanuts they eat, maybe. People?
People got short-term memories. Let go of a memory just as soon as you give it to them.
But not me. I eat peanuts.
Stops it all from learn together.
Damnedest thing.
Damnedest thing.
Why? Why did the elephant cross the road? What did the banana say to the elephant? How can you tell if an elephant is sleeping? Why did the elephant quit the circus? How can you make an elephant disappear?
Hey! Hey! Thick mud. Hard to bury a squirrel, much less I got a steam shovel over there. I can dig the hole. You hear? I can dig the hole. Hey! Hey! That's what we got machines for, right? To help people make the job easier? What? What? I could dig the hole. I could dig the hole. Let me dig the hole! Please.
It was September, and there was a town, and there was a circus, and there was a railroad, and there was a man with red hair, and there was an elephant. There was an elephant. An elephant. You pack up the tents, you load the boxcars, you wait. You wait. After midnight, after the town folks have gone home, after the prying eyes of Irwin are closed, safe, safe, safe and asleep in their beds, sleeping with the certainty that their boogie monsters are dead, good and dead, so that they can get on back to their stupid, worthless lives, and their stupid, worthless town, and their stupid, worthless... You wake up the clowns. You tell them to dig her up. You put their shovels back in their hands. You tell them to dig her up. You tell them to dig her up, and you tell them to saw off their tusk. You tell them to saw off her tusk, and you tell them to bring them to you. You have to see what you can salvage, what you can get for them, for the tusk, the ivories. An elephant is an investment.